Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dreams of Infinity. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, Kira, and Los. Say hi, everyone.
Everyone,
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Everyone, hi.
Aren't they great at that? It just keeps going on and on. Love it. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built the tokens for this game. You can build yours today at heroforge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show description. Our next session is this upcoming Monday at 7 p.m. We got another episode of the Aether Shanties, our Sagas campaign. And our heroes have just managed to free the translator that they were trying to get from the Cult of the Veiled One. So I'm sure that's going to play out just swimmingly for them. They're heading off on their next big adventure in the multiverse, so definitely come check it out. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter is @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky is @Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok is Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's it for our announcements. So join us as we return to Loropa City and continue on with the Dream Seekers as they investigate the Dreams of Infinity. And we're back. You should probably know about how we do our recaps at this point. We offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a free reroll during this campaign. Which means if I do the recap, I get that coin too. But I'm a malicious person, and I get to use it in all sorts of evil ways. And I doubt anyone really wants me to have that power. Which is even more power than I already do. Dear God, that's scary. Sorry, anyway, I digress. Does anyone want to do the recap this week?
Like a JRPG protagonist, I will take down your power and do the recap.
Okay. Well then, Aisha, tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
Last time On Dreams of Infinity, the crew cleaned up after the fight, learning more about their magical link with the Wanderer while Damian finished up with the soccer boys. Everyone dispersed to do further showering, etc. post-fight and get ready for a sleepover at Salem's. Melody bonded more with Ronan and got him the promise to not try and kill the Wanderer for now. I apologize to Kat for the old me on our bus ride over to Salem's. Melody and Ronan had a date on the school roof after Ronan revealed several layers of a half-cooked plan. I think we all patched up the cracks of distrust between us, not unlike the cracks in our crystals when we fall down but refuse to stay. I'm not sure, but I'd like to think so. We bonded. Ate too much food. We learned more about the grim fate we had together. Damian even finally seemed to come to trust the Wanderer a little bit, but then had to open his dumb mouth and let slip the Wanderer that Ronan's alive before we were ready to discuss that as a group. But whatever. It's okay. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass. We did bond, but we didn't play enough party games. Even if I did pass out on a table again, maybe we can do more over breakfast. I feel so overwhelmed by everything. I need to take a step back. So Salem, while it's early and everyone's asleep, can you take this team leader thing over? Based on everyone's spirit, you're definitely the best choice right now.
Currently, Salem is still in bed, laying very awkwardly, just, okay, cool, I guess, yeah, great. All right. And goes back to sleep.
Thanks. Now, get ready for more Magi-Knights Awakening. Dreams of Infinity. Nighty-night.
Very well done. There you go, Aisha. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it, though. It's only going to last the session. Okay, well, Magi-Knights. You are all going to wake up eventually to find yourselves sprawled about haphazardly around Salem's small studio apartment. It's now Sunday, September the 8th, 1996, and it's a great time to be alive. You are all relatively well rested, at least from, rules as written standpoint. But I also kind of get the feeling that after the last few nights you all have had, there's probably still a little bit of that lingering full body weariness about everyone. Aisha clearly was the first one to wake up today, and whispered to Salem that they are going to be taking over as the leader of the group. Which actually, at the end of every single, or not at the end. I'm sorry. I'm going to redo that. So at the beginning of every new story arc, the team gets together and decides who's going to be the team leader for that arc. And this time around, it's going to be Salem. Now, after all that, who does actually get up first out of everybody in the group? I know, Aisha, you had your moment, but beyond that, who would you say is the first riser amongst you all?
I think Salem, because I pretty much have made it headcanon that he usually gets up around 5:30 to 6 every day for practice and stuff, so...
Okay.
He's probably going to get up and go start brewing tea. So.
Does Salem have cable TV?
Oh, Salem can't afford that. I'm so sorry. It's just local.
No, that's fine. Historically, September the 8th was the first airing of Blue's Clues on Nickelodeon.
Oh.
Yeah, that's something we'd all be tuning in for.
What I would be tuning in for?
I think, wait, I can't remember. Did Salem pass out in his bed, like next to Damian, or?
Yeah.
100. I think Salem has a hard time getting out of bed without waking Damian, because Damian's starfished out, like trying to cuddle,
It is definitely Salem is on the very edge of the bed, and it's that awkward, like, sliding off, off kind of thing.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Okay. Salem is the first up and out of bed, per se, and has started making their rounds, going about making some tea and all of that. So, who gets up next? Or do we want to roll for it? Sure, why not? Damian, Melody, and Kat, the three of you roll for me a Constitution check.
$11.
12. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to say that, looking at this, Damian, with the absence of a little bit of body warmth that was keeping you in that comfortable state, your eyes are the first ones to open.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you do?
I think Damian's getting his bearings, waking up somewhere other than home for the first time in a long time. And the thoughts of, everything from the night before come crashing back. I think he's plastered to the bed out of the sheer weight of everything that's going on. Before he starts peeking around to see who else is awake.
Okay. And as your eyes kind of start moving about, Kat, that's probably when your eyes flutter open. Where are you sleeping right now?
I don't know. You said somebody had to sleep in the bathtub, and I'm the only one who didn't stay where I slept. So
There is a futon. There was the futon. So
there's a futon. Then she'll sleep
Yeah.
on the futon.
Okay. Yeah, that's where you wake up, on the futon there. What do you do once you first awaken?
I guess she just wakes up. Oh yeah, sleepover. Yes. Do I smell tea?
Mhm.
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like that's probably when Salem would be waltzing in with several cups.
Our teacups that Salem gave us the night before.
The fancy tea. Yep. Personalized.
Heck yeah. Melody, you are the last one to wake up. Where were you sleeping?
So first I thought that I would have been in the corner of the room somewhere, but since nobody took the tub, Melody definitely would have moved there and just snuggled up inside. So that's probably why she's the last one to wake up, because she has the door shut and everything on the bathroom.
Yeah, definitely. Lights off, door closed, spooning a pillow.
Hanging upside down from the curtain rod with a vampire bat.
Damian comes in to pee.
And then has that Michael Keaton moment from Batman.
Too much.
God damn.
Well, the curtain is shut at least.
Yeah, well, regardless, Melody, you are the last one up. What are you doing?
I think I'd probably just start brushing my teeth right away since I'm in the room, have my bag with me. I'll just brush my teeth.
Fair enough. But eventually you do make your way into the, the studio room, because what else the hell do you call it? It's literally a bathroom and then a studio apartment. Salem, you've got tea made. You're passing out everybody's mugs to everybody else. So how are you leading the morning? What's going on?
Everyone's up. I think we all needed a good night's rest, and now that we're up, how's everybody feeling? Let's check in. Everybody okay? Good? Physically? Emotionally?
You got a good table here.
Thank you. Goodwill. It's only like 50 cents.
Yesterday was a lot.
It was a lot. But we did it, you guys. We fought a big bad and did it. So I mean,
I would classify what happened to a victory.
Yeah, I think I know I owe at least Melody, Kat, and Salem an apology for my behavior the last week, especially the night of the power plant. But it feels really good to know that those kids are okay, and I will, I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Nothing to apologize for. We're human. We can't control how we feel sometimes, and things happened, but you know what? Nobody actually really got hurt too bad. Nobody died. We saved everyone. So I think that
alone. We are 5 badass teens with attitude.
Exactly, and that is worth celebrating, right?
And it was just typical jock behavior, so it's fine.
I'm sorry, typical jock behavior? And what do you call biting somebody's neck? Typical vampire behavior? At least jocks are normal.
Actually, yes.
Oh, hold on. I need to go have James make a constitution check to see if there's any marks on him.
No.
Please, no.
I'm kidding.
Incredible. Are there any marks on Melody? She's pretty pale. Okay.
Definitely not.
Cool.
Melody's the kind of girl that would go to school with an umbrella. On every day of the week.
Oh yeah, she has his number written on her arm or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's none of my business.
Her pajamas have long sleeves too, but she would have transferred it by now onto a piece of paper or something. So, but I don't know if she would have washed it off yet. So, I guess it's still there.
For now.
I mean,
All right.
Nobody's passive perception in this group is great, so I think Melody's fine.
It's true.
Mine used to be less than 10.
But anyway, what else is going on?
Well, I mean, that's what I wanted to check in and see, what's everybody's plan for the day? I know Melody and I kind of talked about going investigating the church a little bit.
Church is the root of all evil.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've known that for a while, but
We really need to clean up that excess gloom energy.
Yes, we have that too.
get that
Yeah.
taken care of.
But
We should do that first.
before all of that, Damian, truth or dare?
Dare.
Oh,
I dare you to take a slice of pizza and dip it into your coffee and then take a bite.
Done. I mean, 100%. He
okay,
actually
okay.
like, is this good?
Well, let's check it. Let's find out, because I feel like no game in a TTRPG is it has to have roles involved. So let's think a little bit. Dipping a piece of pizza into coffee and then taking a bite. I feel like this needs to be either a actually no, I'm just going to go with it. Constitution save. Give me a Constitution saving throw, which is more or less the same thing in this game, unless you have the one thing. Ten's fine. Ten's fine. You tell me. Do you make a face when you take a bite on a 10? How do you feel?
I think at first, he's like, oh my god, this is disgusting. This is the worst thing ever. This is not as bad as I thought initially, but there's no way anybody else is gonna know that I like this. So he's definitely, not accidentally putting the pizza back in and taking another bite for sure.
Love it. Well, you know
Can I
how.
make a roll?
You want to make a roll?
I was just saying, can I make a roll against being horrified watching this sacrilege be done to the T?
Yes, make a purity check.
Oh,
It's look.
22. I'm just
Awesome.
oh.
Fantastic.
In this game,
You're
I'm
so
just
pure.
going to let you know now. In this game, you are going to interpret the rolls. I'm not going to interpret the rolls. So you're going to roll, and then you're going to tell me how it makes you feel.
I
I'm
think it's
still figuring it out. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, and I think Salem is also just kind of like, oh, gross, but able to actually function.
Love it. Okay, you know how truth or dare works, everybody. When somebody asks you truth or dare, you then get to ask somebody else. That's the official rules of the game. You all know it. So, Damian, in this moment, now that you've been asked a question, what's up?
Melody, truth or dare?
I'll do a dare too.
I should have thought of a dare.
Come on, spur of the moment, buddy.
Okay. I drink 3 cups of tea.
3 cups of tea.
Like,
Caffeinated.
Okay.
I want to see what caffeinated.
Oh.
or like in tandem.
Throughout before you leave here today, you need to have drunk 3 cups of tea. Like 3 full caffeinated cups of tea.
Just add them.
Okay.
Just add them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So here's the dare. Now, Melody, you have a moment. You have like one of those ping, this is your moment. Do you just kind of laugh it off and drink 3 cups of tea before you leave in the next couple hours? Or do you, like a boss, just grab 3 cups on the table and down them?
I think Melody would totally just drink them all right now.
Yeah, like dead eye stare.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
I want to see caffeinated Melody so bad.
No, I absolutely love this. So,
Piles of cups on top of each other as she finishes.
It's just 3, Melody, not 5.
Okay, Melody, I think this is either going to be a wisdom check, which is your mental fortitude to power through drinking 3 cups of tea and not have to pee like 30 minutes later, or a con check. One of those two.
Okay. Oh, they're the same, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
I'll do Constitution. Oh, 17.
How do you interpret that?
I think she would just show no reaction to it whatsoever. Just drink it all. Just be like, okay, I'm done. And that's it.
Yep. Dead eye staring Damian across the table.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm here for it.
Okay, Melody, it's your turn.
Okay. Cat. Truth or dare? Yes.
I don't know. They're both scary. Fine, truth.
Okay. Let's see. What Oh, I know. The stereotypical question. What's your deepest, darkest secret?
I don't think I have one.
Hold on, let me grab my teacup, please.
Spill the tea.
You pick it up and it's empty.
Some hot tea.
Melody, why'd you drink mine? Oh.
Just got the 3 closest cups.
I don't know what my deepest, darkest secret is. My dad's weird. My sister is better than me at everything, and I don't know. I don't do bad things.
Persuasion check.
Me?
No, her. Cat.
Oh, okay.
Persuasion. It's her turn. Cat, persuasion
Oh.
check.
That makes sense.
To convince me that that's all her secret is, I see.
Come on, there's no way you didn't take Aisha's toothbrush and like scrub a toilet onto her.
Oh.
19.
How do you interpret that?
It's a pretty good roll.
So yeah, Cat is like just looks at you, says those 3 things very quickly, and you're like, oh, you believe her.
But I think your deepest, darkest secret is that you're jealous of your sister and you wish you could show her up.
Maybe. That might be part of it.
So
Wow.
deep
So
in
far, no
dark,
luck.
she doesn't even know.
Oh no.
Well, Katrina, it is now your turn. Who are you asking, truth or dare?
Aisha and I have not gone. So
Nope. Okay. I was thinking Salem's odd, Aisha even, so it's a 1. Salem. Truth or dare?
let's be bold. I'll go dare. Give me something good. That doesn't involve tea.
But the tea seems to be the theme.
I'm running out of it. Please don't make me waste my tea.
But that would be a big dare then. Wasting your tea. No, I'll be nice. No wasting your tea. Do you have any coffee?
No, not in this house.
Aw.
You could probably ask for help from the gallery if you need some. There's no pressure.
I can't think of anything. I would have had him drink coffee, but he doesn't have any.
She's just making kissing motions with her hands and pointing at Damian.
What? To kiss Damian?
You can interpret that however you want. That's what she's doing with her hands, and she's not saying any words.
Fine, I dare you to kiss Damian on the cheek.
Damian, do I have your consent?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I think behind Salem's back to Aisha, he's gonna give you the bird. And then yes, I will give Damian the nicest kiss I can give on the cheek.
I think just before Salem reaches Damian's cheek, he turns and just gives him a quick peck right on the lips.
Oh, I think that's enough of a truth or dare, right?
Then the narrator is going to prompt in, and in the back of Katrina's mind, she hears point out that that's technically not a kiss on the cheek.
That wasn't the cheek.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Let's try again. Just. All right.
Dexterity?
Damian hears a voice in their head. Do it again.
100%. 100%. He will.
Legs roll off.
Yeah, do I need to roll like dexterity coordination?
Why not? Let's roll a dexterity or a coordination check on that one.
Oh god, that's a 2.
How do you interpret that?
I think I kiss Salem's eye when I go for his lip. I just full on give him a black eye.
Black eye.
A wet
That was
eye?
a bad roll. That was a really bad roll.
Well,
Sorry.
it's been a it's fine. It's fine. This has been a morning of firsts for lots of things.
But that wasn't a cheek.
Okay, I'll hold still for sure.
Cat.
I promise.
Okay. Fine. And he does it again.
And this time I accept it fully on the cheek.
All right.
Point of inspiration to Kat for going along with the bit.
My cheeks hurt.
Yay. I am so red right now.
Thank you.
And then there's that little that little voice in your mind, Salem. It's your turn.
It is. All right. Aisha, truth or dare?
Oh, do I have to choose? Okay, I'll choose. Truth. There. Truth.
Truth?
I want both, okay?
You want both?
You have to ask both.
Okay. I can do that. We'll start with the easy one. Truth. Is there anybody at the school that you're crushing on right now? Simple.
Yes.
Oh. Care to share more, or is that it?
I think that's the dare.
wow.
Share which one.
I have provided the information that was asked.
You know what? Roll me a wisdom check to not dish more.
Sounds like a plan. Look at this. Ha! I'm going to use my random density coin to roll into another natural one.
But the dice are telling a story.
I'll allow it.
That's a good story.
Purely because I don't want that plot thread to start right now, I'm going to say, she goes, well, never mind.
Someone's gonna give you a wink.
Everybody roll an insight check.
That's a 19.
Team. Ooh, cat.
21.
Breaking 20.
Honestly, that's pretty good. Aisha, who do you think picks up on the pronoun?
I assume everyone picks up on the pronoun.
Yeah.
I think I will DM in the text Ash a little bit of extra information that Kat would pick up on.
I like it. Go for it.
Cool.
Though I feel like I should probably know that too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
I also DM you.
Anyway, so there's been one round of truth or dare. You're all kind of chuckling amongst yourself as there's some red cheeks in the group, but overall you're having some fun. So where does this go from here? You do another round, or are you going to do something else?
I think we can do one more round, but in the car, heading to get the Gloom Gems. What do you guys think?
Upping the difficulty here, because it's a lot harder to do a dare in a car. I like it. But that also implies something. Are all 5 of you planning on going to church today?
Yeah.
I'll take people to church, but I got to get to my job at the theater Sunday morning.
That's fair.
That, and I will actually preface this because I think Salem would have a little bit of insight, or kind of Noel. I think it's good for you all to join. However, it might be good for you to join separately. Melody and I have kind of been there before, and we're a little bit known,
That makes sense.
or at least. So we'll go, and then you two can go a little separately, or however. But like,
Yeah, there's like a delay in entering. I got you. Yeah.
yeah,
We can get dropped
That's a
off
good
like a
idea.
block away and walk.
exactly. Good
Take
thinking,
our
Kat.
time.
Okay. I like it.
That means we need to change first, right?
Oh yeah, we're.
Get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not in student garb or academy garb.
Well, it was
Yeah.
the weekend, so I don't know if we're wearing student clothes.
Probably not, because you went from your house to do your things, and then you went to the game, and then you spent the entire night there. So you're in civilian clothes. But I'm sure those of you who plan on doing your separate things brought your change of clothes. So Damian, you have your uniform at the movie theater that you're going to have to go put on. But here's the question to the rest of you. How do you present yourself to this church?
What's the weather like outside?
Let's roll for it. Hey, leader, roll me a D100.
Ooh.
I never am responsible for this again, unless I get voted leader again.
42.
It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything, which means that the temperature is normal for September. There is no precipitation, but the wind is particularly heavy. You look all out the window, everybody, and the trees are swaying. There's a lot of leaves being brushed off in the wind because, again, it is September. We're in the middle of fall, and the leaves have been changing colors over the last few weeks. So right now you see bent branches, which means it's a pretty heavy wind. So you might want to take that in consideration for how you're dressed. But again, we know what Damian is wearing for at least a little bit. Damian, just take a moment. Describe your uniform at the movie theater.
Yeah, I think it's like a standard polo with like a name tag. But I don't think it's like a regal. I don't think it's like a. I don't think this is the kind of town to have like first run theater. I think it's like second run, but do the whole pizza and beer thing.
Mm-hmm.
For
sure.
Yeah, and so I think it's just like a simple black polo, black slacks type theater uniform. And then probably like a little red tie.
Dig it. Yeah, that sounds about right in my mind. So we know Damian's the first to get out of the bathroom. They have their uniform on. They're ready to go, and they're like, hey, hurry up. Let's go. So who goes in to change next? And tell me what you're wearing as you're for the expedition to the church.
I'll be quick about this.
Yep.
I don't need that much time in there. So Salem is actually going to be wearing some pretty nice khakis, of course with the pleat, because it's the 90s and all khakis have pleats in them. I don't know why. They're going to have a nice button-up underneath sweater that was really big during that time. So like the really large, overly sized sweater. And then he's going to get his really long scarf that he always wears on cold days. So it's going to be like a green sweater, a light pink button up underneath, and then a red scarf.
Classic chic. I like it. Okay.
It's Salem.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, who's going next?
Aisha skips in there. Comes out with like a kind of like formal-ish blouse that has like no buttons on the front, but like made of a silky material, and a blue skirt that goes down to her ankles, covered in yellow stars.
Love it. Love it.
Ashi.
Going with that Aisha motif. I love it. Who's next?
I can go. Oh, do you want to go, Kat?
The world's quickest makeup, also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a performer like Aisha, your quick is like my 3-4 hours. Yeah.
Well, Kat probably has a little mirror in her bag with her makeup and stuff, and just while everybody's getting dressed in the bathroom. No. Did Melody want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Oh, Kat's just gonna put on a floral dress with a little cardigan over it. Figures it's church-like.
Yeah, 100%. That's like that brings me absolutely back to my my church experience in the 90s. 100%. Melody, you're the last to hit the bathroom. How are you dressing?
Okay. Melody wears like I have a picture of it on the Discord server, but it's like a white shirt with buttons on it and a little bow at the neck, and then a black kind of overall dress that's like just barely above the knee. And if it's cold outside, I guess she'd probably have like a black nice jacket to wear on top of it.
Fair. Going with that whole Wednesday Addams vibe. I love it. Okay. Melody's the last person to hit the bathroom, so all of you are finally ready to go. You pile into Damian's vehicle, powers on, you head out to the church. It's roughly about like churches, at least in the Midwest that I went to, always go to church at around 10 a.m. And it's usually a 10 to 12 kind of deal. So this technically falls into your free time phase. So let's take a moment and look at the free time phase and think about a little bit what it is you're doing while you're in church. But I'm going to offer you a second option. I like to be a little bit loosey-goosey with the rules. Magi-Knights Awakening is a great game, and you should definitely follow the rules in it, but you know me, I'm a little bit of a jackass and have to just tweak things. So, here's the deal. I'm going to allow right now to be an investigation phase. If all 5 of you consent. Which means that Damian, this counts as an investigation phase for you too. But if anybody doesn't want this, if somebody wants to have an investigation phase later, we will go through the 2 free times.
You can still flavor investigation from your job.
Do we lose all the perks? Do we lose the free time perks?
No, you're not going to lose a free time phase. I'm still going to give you 2 free time phases because we're still going with that thing. It's just we're going to do an investigation phase, then 2 free time phases, and then we're going to go directly into our patrol phase.
Yeah, I'm very for that. One of my favorite things you've been doing with this game is switching up the order of phases. Sometimes I think it's a cool ad hoc.
Yep, I'm changing the game. That's just what I do. I love Magi-Knights Awakening. You can't deny that. But sometimes you have to be a little loosey-goosey with the rules to do a TTRPG. We all know that, and that's okay. So,
yeah,
everyone, raise your finger right now. Yes, we're doing investigation phase.
That's a thumb, okay?
They count. It's a finger. It's on my hand.
All thumbs are fingers.
Thank you.
Not all fingers are thumbs.
Sure, whatever. And you're cool with it, Kat?
I don't care either way. I don't.
Okay.
Whatever works.
We are in our investigation phase. And I know you're all curious about this. So I am going to do the church first. Sorry, Damian, you're going to wait a little bit, but we will get to you, my friend.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
We've said that we talked about it a little bit, and Damian suggested that you all arrive a little bit separately. We've all said that, or I can't remember who said what, it doesn't matter, but Melody and Salem are going to be going together. Aisha's going to go separately, and Kat's going to go separately, or are the two of you going together?
Very quick point of order.
Okay.
Did we have to, before we do this, quickly go to the school and do the Gloom Gems thing?
Oh, yeah, no, you can do that first. And technically, we still have to do your second round of Truth or Dare. I'm just getting the order of who's going
cool.
where.
Cool.
So
Cool.
I'm just wanting to figure that out before we get into that. So my question, once again, Aisha and Kat, are the two of you going together, or are one of you and then the other going?
I think we should still groups of two, not groups of ones.
All right, Kat?
Fine.
Okay. So that's how we're going. You all pile into Damian's SUV. You start up the car. You start heading on down the road. You're making your way to the church. Now, we got one more round of Truth or Dare. Who starts it?
I guess I do again because we did a circle.
We can roll a d5 if you want somebody else to start.
I just feel bad, but I mean...
No, do it. Go for it.
Let's get the driver out of the way. Damian, Truth or Dare.
True. Because he's driving.
Yeah.
Fair.
How many times have you called Lacey this week?
That's a good question. Have I called her at all?
The worst part is these are questions us the players have never considered until this exact moment.
That's what makes it fun.
Where's the test?
I think Damian has called Lacey at least twice.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair. What are the conversations like? You're not telling your friends this. This is just kind of a segue.
Yeah. I think the first time it's to check in about the janitor, probably before they had that conversation where she said she hadn't seen him, just to see, to let her know we're still keeping an eye out. Is she still keeping an eye out? Just making sure, checking back periodically, or even if it was after that conversation, just making sure that he hasn't popped back up. And then the second time, it was an excuse to talk. I guess both of them were excuses to talk, but the second time was definitely about whatchamacallit, the festival, and how things are going with the festival, and what we need to know as a team.
I like it. Make for me either a persuasion or an influence check.
Influence. 20.
Yeah, I feel like she's told you that things are kind of going really well right now, that since youth and the soccer club and the ghost hunting club have basically filled in for that, the soccer club is filling in for the ghost hunting club, that things
with
are going...
With the dance club, I think.
Yeah, with the dance club, thank you. Is going really well. She's super excited. She can't wait for this. It's coming up very, very soon. Other than that, yeah, she's been doing a little bit better. You've all reassured her about the janitor, and since the janitor hasn't been nearly as creepy lately, she feels like the talk with the principal has gone on well, and it's allowed her to focus on the cultural festival, which is why she's feeling so confident right now. Your help has all really, really helped her. Everyone gets a social point with Lacey. Damian, because you keep checking in on her, you're gaining 5.
Oh.
This is the best round of Truth or Dare ever.
I'm so glad I asked this question.
It's a great question. Thank you.
Wow. I don't even have
Beckford?
Lacey on my sheet.
I'm so freaking generous today. I know. What's wrong with me?
I mean, we've been playing this game for a year, and I've got like 3 with some people.
I know. It's just how the game works.
That felt very good. That felt very good. That
It
felt
should
great.
have. It should.
Okay.
It should.
As I'm driving, I'm gonna say Melody, Truth or Dare.
I'll do truth this time.
So how do you really feel about James?
What else did you expect?
God, thank
Well, the
you so
fact
much for
that-
playing along.
Damian picked me again. I had to do something different. So, how does she feel? How do you even answer that question?
I mean, do you want to answer truthfully? You could always try to deceive everyone. It's your call.
I feel like Salem said that in canon.
I mean,
It is something Salem would say for sure.
Melody is blue screening in her car, and Salem just like
like
leans
swerving.
over, like the anime, like Trophy gets like all chibi. And it's
Yes.
I'll say I enjoy his company. That's it.
All right, but like, how much do you enjoy his company? Like, you like enjoy his company, or you like, enjoy his company?
Is she blushing?
Roll me a Constitution or a Wisdom saving throw. I'm
Last
good.
time I rolled a 1.
what about deception?
Oh yeah, that's well. Okay. That's actually a good point. Deception is good. Persuasion is good. It determines a few things. We're not going to judge you based on what roll you make, but you can roll either one.
I feel like it should be deception, so I'm gonna do deception, even though her persuasion is better.
I keep
Nice.
forgetting that.
8.
Interpret as you will.
You're the party's rogue, so I keep thinking your deception is going to be better than your persuasion.
No. Yeah, I would say she does have like light blush on her cheeks when she says she enjoys this company. And then when Damian asks that, I think she'd just say, 1 question, 1 answer.
Oof.
Fair.
Well played. Well
that's
played.
so Melody.
Fair.
My cheeks hurt so bad from smiling. Oh my god.
Yeah. Melody, it's your turn.
Okay, let's try. I guess Aisha's gonna get to pick twice, right? Because
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't matter, but
we can
it's
just have someone else pick. If you pick me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think you should have a chance to do something. So, Aisha, I'll pick you.
There.
All right.
Bold.
Matt, who are the youngest teachers we have?
ooh,
'Cause I see their names, but I can't remember how old they all are.
I can tell you that. Let me look real quick. Do you count like school coaches in that, or just your general teachers?
Just the general teachers, the ones we see the most.
Okay. The youngest teacher is Madame Sylvie Lebeau, the French teacher.
course she'd be French.
She
So
is about 25 years old.
That's so hot.
Okay, but Aisha, are you taking French? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay.
Spanish. I might have took French in previous years.
Okay, so that wouldn't count. So for Aisha specifically, Miss Francine Ambrosia would be the next one in her. She is 32.
Okay, Aisha, I dare you to shout out the car window. I have a crush on Miss Ambrosia.
First name too, or just Miss Ambrosia?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay.
We roll that we're driving like close to our house.
No, what we are actually going to be rolling is how loudly Aisha is able to yell this, because this is a challenge, Aisha. So give me an athletics check.
Yeah. 14.
Here's the funny part. Salem's apartment is right next to Ambrosia Cafe. Like you're within a couple miles.
I don't think the connection between that teacher and that cafe.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, right? It's so weird. But you put your head out and you just scream this at the top of your lungs, just right as Damian is going around the corner of the cafe, going north towards Coltrast Academy, or not towards the Sacred Hearts Church, which is in the northeast of your current location. So you have to go by Ambrosia Cafe here. You yell this out, and there's this big dude who, because it's kind of early in the morning, is lumbering this giant sign out and sets it down, and then you scream this, and he just looks at you. And have you ever seen Barrett from Final Fantasy VII? That's what this dude looks like. And
Does he have Barrett's eyes?
what?
Does he have Barrett's eyes?
Yeah, he has Barrett's eyes, and
Awesome.
those chocolate-colored eyes just lock onto yours as you're screaming this. And yeah, that's exactly what you do.
I think I slow down as we're driving by. I'm like,
And he just watches. He's wearing like a white apron over just a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, and he's just scowling as your car drives by. What the fuck was that about?
Just nice friendly wave. It's fine. We're good.
That was amazing. It was amazing.
Then you turn northwest or northeast, towards Sacred Hearts Church, and that's where you're heading. So, Aisha, you get to ask somebody again. Who are you asking?
Cat, give it up.
Yeah, me.
You haven't gotten this round, right? Hana didn't mess up. Good. Okay.
No. I guess I should pick Dare. I picked Truth last time.
You could do truth again.
No, I'll be nice. I'll try that. Don't be too mean, please.
I dare you to. And there's not a lot of dares we can do in a car.
I mean, I can give you the Jeff Foxworthy if you want.
Oh, I had one for Kat. I wanted to do.
I dare you to do whatever Salem's about to say.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna keep it simple, but we gotta roughen you up a little bit, make you like a greaser or something. So, first chance we get, I need you to find a payphone and just call one of the teachers. I want you to prank call one of our teachers.
I don't know their numbers.
Oh, I do. It's right here. It's in the directory. They gave you a brochure at the very beginning of school. I'm surprised you don't have that.
Oh, that's such a Salem thing to do.
Salem would have it because Salem is their own guardian.
Yeah,
Their own grandpa.
Yep, right there. There's all the numbers of every single teacher you have. It's ridiculous.
So, yeah. I will be kind enough to let you take your pick, though, but, come on, we gotta get you to do something bad. I'm not having you steal a chocolate yet.
What's she supposed to say to the teacher?
Oh, what's a good phone?
The classic, is your refrigerator running? Go catch it.
Yeah.
We'll stick with the classic.
Now, we're in the car right now, so I can't do it in the car.
Payphone.
I hand Kat some change.
Okay, so that was, is your refrigerator running? Go catch it.
Well, you wait for them to answer and hope they say yes.
Okay.
If they say no, then you say, well, then it'll be an easy catch.
Okay. GM is typing.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, so she's gonna randomly pick a teacher off the table. I don't know what teachers. Whatever was the first on the list of Salem's list.
Liam O'Shea.
Ooh.
Or Hector Clooney. Oh no, that's the janitor. Oh my god, prank call the janitor.
Ooh.
Oh, please prank call the janitor. Please prank call Hector Clooney.
Salem seconds this.
Oh boy. You have the janitor's number on your list?
It's part of the staff in case of emergencies.
School directory.
I need to do a voice. What kind of voice? I don't know.
Quick disclaimer for all of those at home watching. Full respect to janitors, right? It's a hard job. They should be paid as much, if not more, than the highest paying CEO.
Yes.
Love janitors.
Yes, 100%. We're just using a 90s trope. We're using a 90s trope where it's just a stereotype of from a genre. We love janitors. Janitors are awesome. Please pay them more. Please pay everyone a livable wage. Like, seriously? Yeah.
Dock workers.
Yeah. Dock workers, definitely. They have a hard job. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So Kat will call the janitor. Think of a voice.
Yeah, so here's the weird thing is that, like, you're heading to the school before you go to the church, so you actually had to go east first, then north. Whatever. But Damian stops, gets out, parks the car next to a payphone. You're in the middle of the city. It's random. It's ridiculous. How are you prank calling this dude?
Weren't we supposed to go to La Ropa High to get the gems first before we go
you're
to
on
the
your way.
church?
You're on
That's
your
what
way.
he said. Yeah, we're correcting course. We're going east first.
Oh, okay. I guess she will call. Let it ring.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hello, is your refrigerator running?
What?
Yes. Or no?
What?
Go catch it!
Go catch what? Hello? Hello?
Okay, goodbye. She gets back in the car.
Roll for me a wisdom saving throw to hide, or no, a deception check to hide how embarrassed you are. Deception check.
I don't think her deception's that good.
Oh,
Rolled pretty good, 15.
I love that we're
Okay.
I love that we're harassing all of our teachers on a Sunday morning.
I know. I know. You're interpreting it, Kat. What do you think was 15 means?
I don't know. I think that Kat's just a little too frazzled, but 15's a good roll. She did it. Okay, I'm back in the car. We can go.
I think the confusion and uncertainty is probably still obvious, but like the actual embarrassment not to be seen at all.
Yeah, I'm down for that. With that, you all speed away from the payphone, heading towards Laropa High, which is where you're going first. Sorry. Anyway, you get to Laropa High School, and the parking lot is empty. There's nobody there. It's a Sunday. There's a little bit of like trash and detritus about the field, but as you go hurrying over to the soccer field, you're relieved to see that really nobody's here. Nobody at all. You make your way over to the center of the field where you had destroyed, the whole, the big, weird structure that they were building. You defeated the cultists. You defeated the big bad and all that. The Wanderer does not show up. Hasn't been seen since he disappeared, or they disappeared earlier the previous evening. And for the first moment, you're kind of surprised. Like, you pull out those gloom gems and there they are, talking about it. But they're not there this time. Still, you have a job to do, and church is starting really, really soon. So you can't, make a whole big deal out of this. So you pull out your gloom gems, and they do begin to light up. And you know the form. You know how you've done it each time. You focus on the crystal, you reach out through it, and grab onto that gloom gem energy. So I'm going to be giving you a few numbers here real quick. That's what I was actually typing. You're going to be rolling 3d4, 2d8, 1d10, and 2d12 from this last battle. Don't worry about what they correspond to. This is just numbers. You left. You're not sure. But you still sense those gloom gems. So, as always, I ask, who is going to roll what? You have in total 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 dice to roll. There's 5 of you. So that means at least 3 people are going to roll a second dice. Who's doing what? Let's call it out, and let's go to our leader first.
I will go ahead and take one of the 2d8s and a 3d4, just to be safe.
No, each dice has to be rolled separately.
Oh, okay.
Each dice has to roll separately, so
yes.
3
3 people.
1d8 and 1d4?
Oh, 1d8 and 1d4? Got it.
One of each of those.
Gotcha. So you're rolling a 1d8 and a 1d4. Okay, go ahead and type that in. I'll tell you when we're ready. Who's up next?
I will take a d4.
I want to do both of the d12s.
I can take the D10.
So risky.
Damian got 2d12. Melody's got a 1d10, which means there is 1d8 and 2d4 left.
Oh, I will do 2d4 then.
Kat, you want to do a d8?
Yeah, well, that's all that's left of the D8, so Kat does a D8.
Okay. I feel like we make this complicated. It's okay. So let's see. I have Salem's rolling a 1d8 and a 1d4. Damian's rolling a 2d12. Melody's rolling a 1d10. Kat is rolling a 1d8. So we still technically have, looking at this, 2d4 floating.
Wait, Aisha, did you say you were going to roll a d12?
D4.
Oh, 2d4. Okay.
Okay, you're rolling the 2d4, so...
Yeah.
Okay. It's just you didn't
All
type
right,
it,
you
so.
said you were going to roll a d4, and then you said, okay, I'll roll 2d4. Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, so, make your rolls.
Yes.
I didn't like how it did that. Should have rolled them individually. Stupid
Okay,
kernels.
so, next off, who is proficient in mysticism?
Melody.
I
Kira.
think I'm the only one.
Aisha is, I believe. No?
No,
You had your
that's-
finger in your... Sorry.
Yeah, that means. Sorry.
No.
Nose goes.
Yeah, nose goes in America. Sorry. So Melody is the only person who has one. So you get to re-roll if you would like to re-roll. You could roll your D10 again, or you could choose one of the other ones if you wanted to.
Let's re-roll the D8 that's at 2 just because. Well, I don't know. The D10 could be better.
So could the
Do it.
Yeah.
Well,
The D12s are only 3.
Oh,
as
where's
well.
the D12s? Oh,
The
it's
D12s
not.
are
Okay,
threes.
yeah. Yeah, let's do one of the D12s. So should I re-roll it or Damian?
go ahead. You do it. You're the one with the skill.
Okay. I don't know if that's the best choice.
I believe in you.
It is better than a 3.
Yep, it's better than a 3.
Better than a 3.
That's all we need. Just don't fail,
Mhm.
Melody. Just don't mess up.
Yeah.
That is better than a 3. Good
Yeah,
job.
it is. So according to my math, there are 27 gloom gems are collected.
6, 9, 13,
That feels so small.
15, 22, 27. Yep.
And we rolled badly.
Anyway,
Fine.
I mean, hey, 27's 27 gloom gems.
yeah.
So we each get 27?
Yeah, everybody gets 27.
Under the GP.
Need a calculator.
Is it not? Anywho. You've collected your gloom gems. You have, you are at the school. You're filled up, finally, with all that. Nothing else really strikes you here at the school. The spectral structure, whatever it was that was building, has been completely dissolved. And honestly, none of you can even sense it. So you all gather into Damian's car once again. You're feeling fairly productive and a little confident. And that's where we're going to pause and go on break. We're going to be arriving at the church at the beginning of the next half of our session, and we're going to find out what it is our heroes discover as they investigate this creepy church. Should be a lot of fun. Back in about 10 minutes, folks. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back, and when we last left off, our team has just played Truth or Dare. They're going from the school to the church to investigate it. Well, at least some of them are. Damian has a job that they need to get to, and they're heading to the mall to go work at the movie theater there. So, we are turning our attention to our two groups of Magi-Knights who are going to Sacred Hearts Church. I'll remind you all that Sacred Hearts is a non-denominational church that has been active in Loropa, well, for a handful of years, but really their big thing is over the last 6 months, their membership has grown, they're a lot more active, they're actually doing stuff here within the community, so let's get into all of that. Here's my question. Damian, I imagine since you're planning on having them, go out in groups, that you're going to be parking somewhat a little bit away. That way the groups can walk up first. So, the two groups are Salem and Melody, Aisha and Kat. Who goes first to the church? What's up, Damian?
Can I suggest dropping off a pair, just to make, or maybe just repeating what I heard, dropping off a pair further away and then dropping off a pair in front of the church and then driving away?
Sure,
Or
either way.
dropping-
No, however
Okay.
you want to do it. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want to know who's going in first, who's going in second.
Cool.
If going in first means we're dropped off in front of the church, that's what Melody would want.
I think Salem would
Not to
agree
have
as
to
well.
walk.
Exactly. Same brain, same brain.
Love it. Love it. So Melody and Salem, the two of you are going to Sacred Hearts Church and being dropped off by Damian right in front of the double doors that lead into the foyer of the church. Which means that Aisha and Kat, unfortunately, you're going to be dropped off a couple blocks away and you're going to have to be walking in. Now, let's dive into that church. Melody and Salem. The two of you are arriving first. Damian pulls the car up, you both exit out of the car and walk into the double doors that lead into the foyer of the Sacred Hearts Church. Damian then immediately hits the gas and goes speeding away, and you are greeted, the two of you, with an interesting scene. There's about 12.5 people inside the foyer. Like when you walk through the double doors and stand on the welcome mat of the church, like you're looking about and basically that square is the boundary between you and everybody else, because the moment you step in, the entire group in this foyer turns their attention towards you. You're kind of just standing there for like a second and a half of pure silence as the group looks at you. And then some conversation begins once again, and most of which in this group begins once again. You see groups of 2s and 3s and 4s kind of chatting with one another, people taking off their light fall jackets, because we've already established it's a normal day in September, which means middling, like 70s or so, but a lot of wind. And that lot of wind means jackets, which means that they're taking them off, they're hanging on a coat rack that extends from almost the first double doors all the way down to the hallway that leads to the back of the church. The two of you can absolutely see that gigantic tree motif that's hanging at the far end of the foyer. There's branches kind of twisting around, and there's a lot of apples that are hanging from them with different people's names. There's also the people's names on the roots that extend down into the ground. Those are more you already know, like the people who have been with the church a long time. They're the roots of the church, whereas the names on the apples are the youth, the people who have been born into the church and are growing within the church. So names on the apples reflect children. Names on the roofs reflect parishioners who have been there for a very long time. And you can see this just in the distance. But at the same time, Salem and Melody, basically 4 people, approach you. There are 2 men, there are 2 women. They are distinguished in this fact, although I don't like to assign gender a lot of times. They are definitely and distinctly 2 people dressed masculinely, suits of tan or of gray, white shirts or light cream shirts, a tie of a muted but still distinct color, sports coats on, and adjacent to them are 2 obviously femininely dressed, with the skirts going from the shoulders all the way down to the ankles. The cut is modest. There's a tiny amount of V towards the chest, but it definitely ends right above the cleavage. The patterns are floral. The hair is done modestly. And Melody, as an individual who enjoys makeup, you can't help but notice the fact that their makeup is done very, very demurely. Am I saying that word right? Demurely. Of very demure. Yeah, very mindful. Very demure, very mindful. Just with that light, the light, base on their face. I'm bad with makeup. I apologize. The base coat on their the foundation on their face. Just a very light coloration blush on the cheeks. The blush. The lipstick is there, but also very, very, very light. Almost just a shade above their natural skin color.
It's called nude. Is the color.
Again, I'm not great at this stuff. I like the rare times I wear makeup. It's more on the fingers and occasionally like lipstick and stuff around the eyes. So I'm not good at this shit. But you get you get the vibe. You get the understanding of where I'm going. It's very, very subtle. Very, very just like you stand out, Melody. With your coloration, with your dark overtones. So, as they approach you, like, ladies go to ladies, guys go to guys. It's just a vibe that happens. And so the 2 individuals in suits approach you, Salem, while the 2 individuals in dresses approach you, Melody. And you get kind of the same spiel. Oh, welcome to Sacred Hearts Church. Welcome. We're so delighted to have you here. We've never seen you before. Is this your first time here? Oh, please. Are you individuals who have accepted our Lord? And here's where I'm going to pause. Because the language is very specific. Our Lord. Our Master, the one who saves. These are words that, like, normally might kind of gloss over a little bit, but I'm not going to make you roll your insight check. Your passive insights are enough that, given your influence and your time checking out these churches, it's like, that's a little different. Now, Melody, you've not had a lot of experience in church. Salem, I can't say for certain how much you've had, but like, you would pick up on this almost immediately. Mm-hmm. That it's very non-specific, but also very direct at the same time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do the 2 of you react, and how do you present yourselves in these conversations?
Well, you can go first.
No, I mean, I think Salem is going to kind of go back to the persona that they had the first time they were here, and just that really, like, quiet, kind of I'm not a member of the church. This isn't my first time here. I was invited after I went to one of the meetings, and I just wanted to kind of, I'm looking to find something again, so I was hoping to check out more of the services offered here.
Okay. I'm going to leave it to you how you feel. Persuasion check, deception check.
Oh, I think, let me see, where's my deception? Yeah, deception's a 6, so we'll 14.
Okay. You are saying these things, and you're hitting that what you think is the right emphasis on the right words, and that's great. We're very happy to have you. Please come on in, check this out, sit with us. Let's talk a little bit before the service and maybe after. How do you react, Melody?
So I think of Melody as someone who goes to church just for like Christmas and Easter, and that's really it. So she's not totally unfamiliar with it, but it would be obvious that they were acting strange. And well, first of all, the caffeine would be kicking in by now. So I imagine her hands are kind of jittery and she's trying to keep them calm, and she's just thinking, curse Damian. And
I feel like this is an excellent moment to cash in on that. So give me a deception check at disadvantage.
Okay. I'll just roll it twice because I don't know how to do it otherwise.
That's fine.
Oh, it was such a good roll at first. Oh.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, with that 10, like you're kind of saying that, but the vibe of the ladies is definitely not the receptive one that Salem gets. Oh. And they start, how middle-aged women give passive-aggressive comments that seem kind of nice, but really aren't? Mm-hmm. That's kind of the vibe you're getting here as they're commenting on, like, the color of your lipstick and the outfit you're wearing, and you definitely need to listen to our pastor's sermon and things like that, and you can't help but get a little bit of an uncomfortable vibe off that.
Okay. Yeah, and I would kind of repeat a little bit of what Salem said and just say, I was invited here by this pastor, right? I keep forgetting the title. Pastor Bishop?
Yep, Pastor Bishop.
Is that right? Okay, yeah. I was invited here by Pastor Bishop when I met him earlier this week.
And kind of inadvertently, you end up finding yourself ushered towards not the first row of pews in the church, but the second row, the row that's reserved for people that they want the pastor to take interest in. Because, the first row, that's sacred. That's where all of the leaders in the church sit.
Mm. Okay.
Next up, Salem. At the same time, you kind of have your choice of where you want to position yourself. There's areas where it's just all the dudes, the unmarried ones in the outfits, and they're kind of there, and they're all sitting together. There's the families that are husbands and wives, children, kind of parked together. There's also the youth in one corner that's positioned. So, based on your role, you're able to kind of choose among them.
I don't get to choose.
Nope.
Oh no, they're saving you one way or the other. But can I actually do a check or a scan to see if there's anybody I recognize from oh my gosh, my brain broke, from the last time we were here? Because I want to sit by somebody at least know who's familiar with me as well.
Yeah, you're specifically looking for somebody that you recognize from the last time you were here. So roll me that perception check. I'll also allow investigation.
They're the same. No, 8.
You unfortunately do not.
Then I'll probably actually sit in the third row, but not directly behind Melody, but like 2 away, so I can still like keep an eye on while being close.
One of the 2 individuals who are in the suits, they're looking middle-aged, 30-ish. They sit next to you. Just so you know. The easiest way I can describe it is white American Chad.
Yeah. That...
Anyway, Aisha, Kat, the 2 of you make your way into the church, probably about like 5 or 6 minutes after. You're kind of given the same greeting. Different individuals, not the same people. But I can't really describe them differently. I legitimately want to, but I can't, because this is like Pacific Northwest evangelical. It's just that's the whole thing. So when you're walking into it, like the 2 of you are assaulted by 4 women in sundresses that are very modestly cut, that are kind of, well, yeah, honestly, you say clones, Kat, but have you ever seen Stepford Wives? It's that, but the cuts of the dresses are a lot more modest. That's just the easiest way to describe them. Very, very, very conservative cuts. The length of the dresses are much lower. Their makeup is there, but subtle. And they assault the 2 of you the moment you come through here. Like, oh, welcome to our church. Welcome to Sacred Hearts. It's so nice to see new faces. Please tell us about yourselves. Why have you come here? Are your parents with us? That sort of thing. How do you react?
I'll let you go first.
Kat's gonna be like, I've been to St. Mary's before, and I thought I'd check out this place. My parents are working.
Oh, you're from the local Catholic Church. Well, you're going to find that our services are quite a bit different, but are much more open and accepting, and we just really want you to have a good time and really, really appreciate all the things that our Lord and Savior does for us. So hopefully you can pick up on that as you enjoy our service.
I'm interested to see it.
Give me that deception check. Come on.
She really is interested to see what's going on here.
But what's the intent is the question, and that's why it's deception. Yes, you're interested, but
Right. Kat's persuasion's better than her deception. Deception is horrible. 6.
yeah. What would it have been if you were rolling persuasion?
Well, if I rolled that low, it wouldn't have been much better.
That's fair. So,
But
keeping that in mind. Oh, okay. Oh, well, please, you know, our youth are really, really a big part of our church. I hope you'll go and introduce yourselves to them, and you're kind of shoved in that direction. Aisha?
She says it in Arabic, but my pronunciation is really shaky. But she gives the classic "Peace be upon you" greeting, and then goes, "My father is Muslim. My mother follows Shinto faith. My brother is Buddhist, and I'm just trying to figure out what I am."
Oh, this is an interesting one. God, I'm having a hard time thinking how I want you to roll this one. Bear with me a second. I feel like it needs to be a creativity roll or a performance roll.
Performance is what I was gunning for. Because she just made it all up on the fly, and unfortunately, I rolled low. 13 total.
So the individuals you're talking to, the one lady says, "Oh, I don't speak those foreign tongues, but I think we should have you come and speak directly with Pastor Bishop.
Okay.
Perhaps."
Just to clarify, were you saying Assalamu alaikum?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page about what you're trying to communicate. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's, very basic greeting.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what you say, and that's exactly the vibe I was giving. And, like, what's your passive insight, Aisha?
Insight plus 10, 14.
So, honestly, the 14 is the DC I've been aiming for in this whole episode. So, what you're picking up is, like, they were mildly offended, but at the same time, like, you saw a look of concern pass between the two of them. And so when they said that you need to talk to Pastor Bishop, what you're picking up is, like, they were worried and they really wanted the head guy to deal with this. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
This worked better. Yeah, this worked better than I thought it was going to.
I mean, I just gotta deal with what you give
I
me.
just
That's
wanted
all
them
I'm
to
saying.
have, like, an unusual amount of tension on me so the others could, like, be a bit more mobile.
No, you achieved what you were aiming for.
I got bonus points.
You achieved what you were aiming for. And because of that, you're brought to this literal second row. And you're kind of like on the opposite pew of Melody right now. And the two of you glance down at one another, and there's half a dozen people between the two of you. But your eyes lock, and you have that one moment of shared experience.
It's that it's always sunny moment with the across.
Yeah, a little bit. So take up take a friendship point between the two of you.
Okay.
It just worked out narratively. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm remiss to talk a lot about the details of a church, but I'm going to give a little bit of specifics. The first hour is literally just singing. You watch as on the stage, a group comes up and starts picking up instruments. And this is 1996, so this is what you find in an evangelical church in 1996. There's a dude on the drums, there's a dude on bass, there's a dude on guitar doing an acoustic kind of, electric acoustic thing. There's usually a lady on the violin. There's usually a couple singers and backup singers, and most of them, well, let's roll the dice and say there's one dude, one chick, but they're both kind of dressed a little bit similarly. Beyond that, there's the worship leader who steps up, and Salem and Melody, you would recognize that this is that skinny, kind of reedy, olive oil looking lady with light brown hair pulled up in a bun on the top of her head, long dress. It's like the most conservative cut you can ever imagine, around the neck, down to the wrists, down to the ankles. Very, very straight up and down kind of dress. The color is brown. The scrunchie is too. No makeup whatsoever. But damn, does she belt. And she does. Like, she carries the worship service. Salem, you're a musician. What's a good musician role?
Creativity, performance.
Either of those. Give me a roll.
Okay. Oh my gosh, 14.
Okay. So I'm a big fan of a TikToker who talks about like church music and doing different types of like video games or TV shows within that. And like that vibe is kind of there. Like the musicians are really, really into it. The music is off pace. Like with your 14, you would discern the fact that it's not your traditional worship music. It's definitely like, it's more like they have kind of a low-key softcore rock band that are doing worship music. But then you're hearing something. The musician's ear is kind of picking this up right now, Salem.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Aisha and Kat, you're familiar enough with music. I'll allow you to make creativity checks as well, since that's what Salem wrote.
Cool.
No. I'm a performer, not a compositionist.
Yeah, Kat, you're picking this up a little bit more than Salem is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're a musician, you have to follow the rhythm, and there's something off. There's something discordant about the music, and it's really, really bizarre. Like, at first you can't put your finger on it, and neither can you, Salem. And unfortunately, Salem, like, you pick up on the fact that it's weird and it's out there and it's not the norm, but you're not able to pick up more than that. However, Kat, with your 19, you notice that there's like another frequency in there. Something's hitting your inner ear, and it sounds off. It's almost like, have you ever been listening to a record and then in the background you have your window open and there's crickets chirping, and the crickets that are chirping are going against the harmony that's on the record, and you're hearing them both, and it's like one kind of wave hitting another kind of wave, and it crashes against your brain, and it just feels off? That's the sensation you're getting. There's something else there, and it's itching away at the back of your brain, and it feels uncomfortable. But it's not enough that you can point your finger on it, but it's enough that it's like making you want to scratch the back of your scalp. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what you're getting there with that 19. Now I'm going to pause, because we're in the middle of worship service. It's kind of coming to a close. And I want to know, of the four of you, what is going through your heads? Whoever raises their hands are going to go first. 1, 2, 3. Salem.
The violinist needs to tune. Oh god, that C chord. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Where's the tempo? Nope, it's supposed to be 4/4 structure. Like internally, he is trying to break down, and that's why he can't focus on what it is. But he knows that the music is off, and he's like, "No, this isn't right. It's supposed to be da 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 da." No, that's what's got him frustrated.
Melody.
Oh, I didn't roll anything, so would I recognize anything strange?
Make a mysticism or a purity check.
Okay, definitely mysticism. My best skill. Ooh, I got a 20, not 20, so 27.
Oh, you're definitely picking up some shit here.
Okay. How would it come through to me then if it's a mysticism check?
So here's the deal. You're sitting there in the pew. Your friend's a few seats down. You feel something warm in your pocket. Like, I don't know. Have you ever like had a lighter in your pocket and you feel like it accidentally flicked a little bit, and for the moment you felt a little bit of warmth? That's kind of the sensation you're feeling. And so you stick your hand in the pocket and you start rooting around and you feel your soul crystal there. It's warm. Because you're rolling a nat 20, you kind of pull it out and looking at it. And there's a slight glow. It's not a lot. It's very, very faint. In fact, like, you can barely see the aurora of the glow around the soul crystal in your palm, but it's fucking there. You're looking about, and your soul crystal kind of pulses and vibrates just a little bit, and you're feeling this warm, 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 warm kind of sensation, like heat is just radiating out a little bit into your hand. It's hard to place, but as you focus in on it and focus on your crystal, and you're thinking back on some of the things that James has said to you, you're getting this sense of a radius around this church, an almost temporal kind of twisting. And something's not right here. You're trying to fight back the sensation, and it's a little bit overwhelming. Like, Melody, you're focusing on it, and you're starting to feel the sense of a panic attack a little bit.
Oh no. Oh no.
How
You
do
cut
you?
out for a while.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You're feeling the sense. What the
Oh,
fuck?
you cut out again.
Oh my god. Are you picking me up still? Hello. Wow, what the hell?
I'm asking you the question, and then no. You're like frozen.
Yeah. So I'm looking at my my video, and it's back now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
What
you're
was-
lagging a little, I think.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on.
Maybe your kids are playing too much
Oh,
Fortnite.
it looks better now.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Melody, the question I was asking you is, with this weird oppressive aura kind of swirling about, and the sense that something is not right here, filling you, and your your soul crystal, emanating that faintish light, how do you react?
I think with my shaky, caffeinated hands, I'll kind of like try to get Aisha's attention, and I'm trying to think how I'd do that. Maybe just be like kind of moving my hand a bit to see if it makes her look over. And just kind of hold up. Huh?
I want to say it's probably not hard to get her attention.
Okay.
She's probably looking at you periodically. I assume.
Okay, and then just kind of hold up my hand to show that there's like a little glow. But I don't show the soul crystal itself because I don't want somebody else to see it. And then I'll put it away again.
Insight check, Aisha.
14.
It's the DC. You are able to pick out what Melody's trying to convey to you.
She does like a nod, but like no thumbs up or anything. Like you could think she is potentially is bobbing with the music, but it is an acknowledgement. Message received.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll put it away, and then I guess try to see if I notice anything weird about the band, like if there's anything visual, not just what I feel or what the cat hears. Obviously, I don't know about that, but
I mean, you rolled a nat 20 mysticism. I'm going to give you something. Here's what I'm giving you. After noticing this thing in your soul crystal, you look about. You're holding it in your hand. You're watching. For the most part, the people in the band not really striking you as weird. But the moment that individual stepped up onto the stage, the skinny olive oil looking woman, which Matt's gonna plug real quick. They did a Popeye anime manga that was freaking amazing, and you definitely need to look it up. But besides that fact, olive oil looking woman, skinny, brown hair done up in the bun, outfit, yada yada yada. The moment she took the stage is when you started feeling that warmth in your pocket, started to feel that crystalline vibration. And with that nat 20 for a 27, you're like, you can't help but notice the fact that your crystal reacted specifically when she took the stage and started singing.
Okay, and that's Sister Margaret, right? That's what I have in my notes.
It is Sister Margaret.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on her then. But not let myself get hypnotized or whatever she's trying to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you're not picking up anything beyond that fact. You're picking up that...
Okay.
It's weird, right? Like, the singing and all that, it's definitely whipping people into a fervor. You're starting to see people standing up, their hands are up and raised. They're, from your perspective, with your insight and all that, you're seeing that people around you are just putting their all into this. Arms raised, voices extended past, or at least to their point, to their limit. Salem, you would be able to acknowledge that fact as a musician, that like people are singing to the point that they're straining.
Oh.
And I'll also like, well, are any of you like legitimately religious? I know some of the answers.
IRL? In character or IRL?
No, in character. In character.
Not Christian.
Just, yeah, no, like I said, just for the holidays, so it's really casual.
There was a stint with one of Mom's ex-boyfriends for a year, but yeah, no.
Okay, Kat?
Cat would have went randomly to church and not on a regular basis?
So I am going to allow Kat and Salem to roll another insight check. However, I gotta warn you, the DC is ridiculously high for this. But I'm going to allow you both the check.
Could I use my... I have an inspiration. Could I use my student ability to get a 20 plus modifier on this?
You could, but I can't guarantee that success.
It would be a 26. I will use my ability, use the inspiration for it to get a 26.
Salem, as a musician, as somebody who has performed for probably at least more than one church production, as well as on the side, like, let's just be honest, like at least 3/4 of holiday music has a religious overtone. Here's something you're gonna pick up. None of it, legitimately none of it, has to do with anything approximating what you know about the Christian religion. There are certain motifs that are always there. Jesus being the Son of God, born on a certain date in a certain time, usually associated with December 25th, but none of that is in the songs. All of the songs actually, like, depict more of a nondescript, non-specific savior. But, like, there's always certain keynotes in religious music. And what you're hearing is none of that. You're looking for, like, those certain names, those certain doctrines that are within religion and that are within Christianity specifically, that it's just not here. And that stands out to you.
Weird. Okay, good to know.
Because, like, you've been to different churches. You've said so flat out that your mother has, and your mother's partners have taken you to different things. And let's just roll the dice on that. Probably something was Catholic, because that's the biggest one within the world. The second one arguably is Baptist, so that's possibly the second one, but we won't be specific on that. But regardless, it's like, it's very different. Because there is certain names that are absent, and even when you quantify, like, names in Hebrew, names that are generally associated, like, it's super non-descriptive, non-specific. It's more like the one who saves, the one who brings about peace. It's always the one, the individual, the, in quotes, whatever title. And that strikes you as odd, because in most churches that you've been to, they're always, like, persona specific, right? So that strikes you as odd.
Weird.
So that's kind of it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, okay. Fully uncomfortable. Good job.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good uncomfort. It's like, ooh, unsettling.
Go watch the TV series Midnight Mass.
Oh, trauma.
I loved it.
Good. The vibes I was picking up are correct.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. I'm going for a very specific genre of trope.
It's getting, like, the the ladies at the start, I was getting like vague Get Out vibes too. Because we just watched that last night, so it really on my mind.
Good series.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's kind of what you're getting from the end of this, and you've all rolled your checks. You know what it is you're picking up. Towards the end of worship service, here's the next thing. Pastor Bishop stands up. Everybody rises collectively. I'm going to roll on your passive perceptions for this. Because based on your passive perceptions, you would all pick this up. It was instantaneous. The moment this man stood up, he was seated at the front of the pew, the very front row, in the center of the room. From the moment you walked in, you saw him. All of, like, Salem and Melody, you've definitely been here before. You would pick this up immediately. But even Aisha and Kat, it's hard not to be drawn to this individual. Dark suit coat, dark, perfectly black undershirt, button-up shirt that has that white collar underneath. While most people typically associate that with Catholicism, it's not just, and a lot of denominations use it. And this individual uses it as well. He has the white collar underneath the black shirt. He has a suit coat underneath. He has a book in his hand, leather bound, black in color. And the moment he stands up, literally the entire congregation rises up. I imagine none of you do that because you were not expecting this.
Maybe delayed reaction.
Yeah.
Very delayed. Like, she's like, Christian Santa now.
Yeah, eventually you all stand too. Like, it's a scene out of a movie almost. Everyone rises, then you all slowly stand up too. As the pastor is making their way up to the podium. They go up on the stand, they get behind the podium, they place their book down, they all smile and raise their hands up and motion for everyone to sit. Now, I'm not going to alliterate the next 2 hours. Sorry. I'm sure some of you want to hear a speech, some of you don't. It's literally 2 hours.
It's anything like Catholic Mass, we're going to get quite a leg workout.
However, at the end of those 2 hours, and dear God, it's a long time. Now, I'm not going to lie, Pastor Bishop is a freaking persuasive speaker. He is passionate. He is speaking from the heart. And I need the 4 of you to make mysticism checks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I stack purity.
I want to use
Melody?
I want to use one of my friendship die thingies just so I can have 15 in case that's better.
Okay, go for it.
I'll just roll a d4.
Nothing can
Fair, 15.
Okay. Melody? You're... this is a difficult thing for me. Not gonna lie. With your 15, you are sitting there. Your lips are pursed. You're focusing on what the pastor has to say. And nothing that he says seems overall unreasonable. But there's something there. There's something digging at your mind. That non-specificness is, well, it's not vibing with you. It's not sitting well with you. However many churches you've been to in the past, that's regardless. Has nothing to do with anything. But like the way he uses his words, the way he uses his verbiage, the way he speaks is like, here's the best way I can describe it. I'm not talking to Melody right now. I'm talking to Kira. Have you ever worked for a corporation in your life?
No, I've only worked for small companies, actually.
Okay. So okay, that won't work. Have you ever listened to Bill Gates talk?
Yes.
And did you ever get like that creepy kind of unwashed, oily feeling like this dude is definitely going around some points?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of the vibe you're getting right now. Like the way they talk, the way Pastor Bishop speaks, the way they're being non-specific about things. It's like, that doesn't sound right to me. That's like, it sounds like someone who's trying to grift, someone who's trying to convince people to hand over. Well, whenever you think of a grifter, the most likely thing you're thinking of is money. But you're a Magi-Knights. You understand the metaphysical relationship between outsiders and humans. And if you weren't a Magi-Knight, you'd be like, oh, this is just this is just a charlatan. This is just somebody who's performing to a crowd. But you are a Magi-Knight. And you have that mysticism check. And because you rolled a 14, you're picking up that something's amiss here. It's almost as if something is feeding on the crowd's adoration.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
As for the rest of you, I'm going to text you something later. Anyway, we're at the kind of end of an investigation phase, which means that Damian. Hey, let's talk for a moment. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you went to the mall. You went to the theater that's in the mall. You
Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt, but there's a cinema just north of my house called Hawthorne Cinema.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Is that the same as the mall?
It's not. So if you want to work there instead, I personally don't care. You're just going to lock in your choice from here on in.
Yeah, I think that one makes sense, primarily because of its proximity to my house, and also I assume it's like more of a second run, smaller theater as opposed to like.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It definitely is. It's actually one of those theaters that is in one of the old former churches in Laropa, Maine, as it is. It used to be it used to be one of those Catholic cathedrals. Now it's actually a cinema that has about 6 screens. They do show more of the modern videos, but like not like the modern, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as part of the investigation phase, I think I'm kind of treating it like a lunch phase, like listen to gossip, so to speak. Because, like, you know, I'm a service worker, and people treat service workers like they treat inanimate objects. So, like, they're not always so careful with their speech around people that are, like, sweeping up or, you know, cleaning up or doing tickets or concessions or something.
I get exactly what you're putting down. So you can do a performance check, you can do a perception check, you can do a investigation check. I will allow any of them for this phase.
I'm going to do performance then. It's an 18.
So as you've been, you're spent your day working. We're going to go through the work phase here in a second, just to kind of deal with that. Or wait a minute, no, we're in an investigation phase, so you're just basically working. You go into your job, you're kind of hanging out there, you're working concessions for a moment, then somebody says, hey, go load the next video into the machine. You head up to do that. And as you're working on that, as you're loading the film into the projector for the next movie, you hear a little bit of a conversation going on in the theater down below. The gist of it is this. So-and-so, whose name you don't pick up, wants the October 31st special to be extremely memorable. The second person says, well, how are we supposed to do that? And then the first person says, we're going to show a series of movies that are extremely terrifying, in theme with the Halloween idea. All of them are going to be excited and ecstatic about this. But you in your position, you go up to the window and you kind of look down and you see the general manager of your theater. And your soul crystal begins to flare a little bit. Just a tiny bit, just a little bit of a glow. And you're looking down at that manager. They seem to be planning something. And it seems to revolve around Halloween. They're still talking. You can hear them. They're talking about how October 31st is this big festival of the dead, how people put lots of energy into it. So all of the theaters, all of the rooms that have a projector are going to be showing scary movies and are going to be showing these things that are going to like whip up everybody's fear and anxiety. And he suggests that there's going to be a record showing, especially because the local mothers in Laropa are throwing such a big deal about it.
Can I see who the GM is talking to?
Perception check.
Nope.
you look out and you see the manager himself. His name is Ron Sterling. You can write that down. Ron Sterling. However, the person he's talking to is shadowed and indistinct.
Is this different than like my boss, Bob Connor, the name I gave you a while back for the theater manager?
Yeah, Bob Connor is the guy that actually runs the day-to-day operation. Sterling is the owner.
Gotcha. General. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I'll note that. Ron Sterling. Cool. And yeah, just, continue working. And I'll probably work straight through the next free time phase as well.
Absolutely. So we'll get into your free time phase in a little bit because we're going to do that here in a moment. But at the end of the phase, I would like everybody who went to the church, Aisha, Kat, Salem, and Melody, to roll a insight check. Or, if they're feeling bold, roll a "Hey, I recognize you" check.
I'm going to do a "Hey, I recognize you" check.
I did an insight.
Every game I live in the teens.
You're not even in the teens yet. This is a 10.
Oh, it's out of game. It has stayed consistently 10 to 14 in both games. I live here.
She bought property on Boardwalk.
I basically
Pay rent.
Okay. Interesting. Let's take a look here quick.
Don't tell me the security guard from the building goes to church or something.
Oh my god,
The
I
guy
really...
with the gun.
Which one? The one I don't like or the one I hate?
The one you hate.
Surprisingly,
Surprisingly,
that's not the one who I hit on. The one I hate is the guy with the gun.
Yes.
With the Rolex watch.
Oh yeah, the Rolex. Yes.
Incredible.
Well, here's the weird thing.
Uh-oh.
Kat, you definitely saw the guy, the security guard. With your 24, it's impossible not to. Melody, with your 84, you see a little bit more. 1 second. Because my thing is not loading.
I don't think Kat knows the security guard.
Okay. Well, in that case, Aisha does. Whatever.
No, it's fine. You have information from Aisha giving a play-by-play. Wait, no, you were there, weren't you? Yeah.
She was.
I don't know which security guard we mean. There are two significant ones.
Yeah, the one at the
No, I was there.
Ed Giddum is what I was talking about.
Oh,
There was
Gibbon.
3 of us. I can't remember who the third person was. At least I thought
No.
there was.
That was not Gibbon. Were you there for Gibbon?
Yeah,
I
I
think it
thought
was just
so.
Aisha and Melody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh, I was mixing up the hospital and Giffham. I
flipped who was with Aisha in those scenes.
That was that nurse then you're thinking of.
Well, no, that's just a third thing.
Well, anyway. You do notice that the security guard's there. You also notice that Gidim is there.
Oh.
You notice that the lady who runs Ambrosia, the cafe, she's there. Melody. You're looking about. James is fucking. You're like glancing about, and you see this dude in a hoodie who's sitting in the sound booth. And your eyes lock on him for a moment. And that's fucking James.
That was a great time for him to get out.
Oh, completely gone now.
God damn it. What the hell?
Wow.
Censorship.
Twitch why?
Yeah, and only Melody ever sees James. Nobody else can find him.
Keep talking. I don't understand it.
That's a
Nobody else
story.
sees
Kira, where is his moment of catharsis in this book?
It's in chapter 10, the what do you call it?
Cool.
The second
Hey,
to last.
are we back? I feel like we're back.
Yes.
Holy shit, we're
Yes.
back. So, Melody, you just fucking saw James in the sound booth. How do you react to that?
Is he looking this way at all?
He hasn't noticed you, at least right this second.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Hana, I just
I got
remembered
it.
it's actually in the free time phase, chapter
Okay.
11.
Okay, I will
Sorry.
find it.
I
No,
got mixed up because that's where it talks about the problems you can have if you don't cure them, but the free time phase is where it tells you how to heal it. But anyway, how do I react? Yeah, I mean, she's caffeinated and super surprised, so I think her jaw would just drop, just be like, what? I can't believe he's there. And is this at the end when everybody's
Yeah.
starting to
100%.
think oh, you're cutting out again. What'd you say?
I said 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I might actually just walk over there then, and I probably will signal to Aisha really quick just to be like, hey, I'm gonna go look at this, just kind of point.
This is a
And then go
thumbs up.
check. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll walk over there to see what he's doing.
And I think that's an excellent time to pause, because I want to know what Damian does for the rest of his work phase. So let's do this real quick.
Is it free time phase?
Yeah, it's your free time phase at this. Like, you've been investigating a little bit. Oh shit.
We can break here and just do everybody's free time phase next game.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Because we're going to have to end things right here
Mhm.
and find out in 2 weeks how everybody's going to be reacting to this new information. and segueing into our free time phase. Because Melody is walking over to James. Most of the team is sitting here watching this weird kind of procession that's going on, and Damian is finishing up one shift and heading into another.
Ooh,
It's
we're
good.
gonna
Double.
It's going to be
Does she get-
interesting.
Did she get twice the budget, Alias?
Nah.
Not in this capitalism.
No, because it was really clear. What I had thought about doing, it was like, oh, if we're doing an investigation, like the game store, the board game store or something, and then investigate that instead. But I spaced, and so I'll just take the hit. I don't mind.
It's all good.
You got some info.
Yeah, I got some really good info. Yeah. I feel like I got like a new thread to put up on the Charlie Day.
Fine.
Well,
Next session.
regardless, we're going to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we're going to find them on the internet. But first, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks. It's going to get weird. It's going to get exciting. I can't wait. Aisha, you did the recap. Tell us who you are.
Hi, I was your Aisha for today. I've kind of cut back on streamed games, so this is my only streamed game going forward for the next foreseeable future. But social media, you can find me at Destiny Trio, INC, everywhere that matters, plus X. And in 11 days, you're going to lose my existence to Metaphor Refantasy.
Fair enough. Kat, you're up next.
I'm Ashleyien. I played Kat today, and you can find me here with the Magi-Knight every second.
Fair enough.
Wednesday.
John, or Salem, you're up next.
I'm John. I played Salem tonight. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesdays. On Mondays, I am in the Aether Tech Wars, a Pathfinder 2e game, where I play Draven. Love it. It's a fun game. But you can also find me... Oh, we have a Halloween one-shot coming up as well for Random Rhapsody that I and our lovely GM are going to be playing in, and I'm so excited for that as well. And you can find me on Instagram at CreativePanda88, so check it out.
Kira, you're up next to Melody.
Hey, I'm Kira. I'm the assistant creator of Magi-Knights Awakening, and I had too much stuff on my book, so I can't pick it up. 1 second. And you can connect to us from any of our social media on our website, which is magi-knights.com. And also on there, you'll find a link to our drive-through RPG, where you can find our one-shot and the core rulebook and any supplements we've released. And also a link to my children's book, My Dad the Game Master, which is on Amazon. And also we're going to do a Kickstarter again. We're thinking it's probably going to be early next year, like January now, just because there have been some delays, but we have prototypes for some of the products we'll have. I'm so excited. And also the plushie that I showed last time.
Heck yeah. You know I'm going to be on that Kickstarter. Heck yeah. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
We need a Wanderer plushie. I
Yes.
got to figure that out. Anyway, Los, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm Los. I played Damian, and I always love doing so. It's the only place you'll find me twice a week. Although I am working on a streaming setup because doing homework alone is annoying. So I'm debating like starting up a little Discord server where I do homework with people or play video games with people. So I'll let you know if I get that off the ground. Otherwise, yeah, you'll find me here every other 2 weeks. And I am PDX Homebrew on socials.
Heck yeah. As always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this evening, running crazy games for crazy people. Other than that, you can find me as @ScruffyWanderer on the tweets and the instas and literally everything else. Apart from that, I do things on other channels. You can always figure that out by following me on my socials. So, on behalf of everyone in the Dream Seekers and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may your dreams be infinite. And good night.
Nighty night.
Good night.
Bye.